Good morning and welcome back to my page. If you are new here, hi, I'm Sierra, aka Haunted Florida. I've been a paranormal investigator for since 2014. Math hard. Since 2014. But I just started a YouTube, so if you're interested in the paranormal or interested in urban legends, explorations, hit the subscribe button and don't forget to press that bell notification so you can stay tuned every time I post. So if you're new, come on in, let's be friends, okay? Let's be friends. And if you're not new, welcome back. I love you guys. And for those that don't know me, I like to do this little thing where if I'm recording in my office, I will always invite my spirits to come and hang out. So I have an EMF reader up there, a REM pod back in there. You can see the little antenna. You see that little guy? Yes, the REM pod. My camera's just not big enough. But both of those devices are on, and they can come and play with those devices while we talk. Every time. Today's topic is going to be the Salem Witch Trials. We're going to go through the history, we're going to go through all the people that were executed, and we're going to also talk about the theories as to why people may think the Salem Witch Trials happened to begin with. There's a couple of different theories, so I'm going to go over the most make sensey theories to, we're going to get there. That's going to be towards the end. And the type of haunts you can experience as well if you go to Salem, Massachusetts. Massive two shits. During the Salem Witch Trials, 20 people were executed, including Bridget Bishop, Rebecca Nurse, and Martha Corey, among others for allegedly practicing witchcraft. Tituba was the enslaved woman who was the first one to be executed for witchcraft, and Dorothy Good was the youngest person arrested during the Salem Witch Trials, and she was just 4 years old. These people were on something, girl. Good Lord. The Salem Witch Trials began in early 1692, by the way. That was a while ago, when several young girls in Salem villages, Massachusetts, claimed to be afflicted by witchcraft. Thank you. Leading to accusations and trials against local women, including Tituba, Sarah Good, and Sarah Osborne. By the way, the thing that I am doing now with my equipment and talking to dead people, I would be one of those people easily to be. That would be me. I'd be the first one to go. Girl. Yeah, talk to dead people. Anyways, I'm going to give you guys a more detailed account. So the initial symptoms and accusations happened in January of 1692 when Reverend Samuel Parris's daughter, Betty, and his niece, Abigail Williams, began exhibiting strange behaviors, including fits, convulsions, and barking like a dog. So 2025 summed up into one sentence. Got it. Now, when a doctor did examine Betty and Abigail, his diagnosis was they had been bewitched. That's a funky doctor. And after that diagnosis, the first accusations began. Sorry. I'll stop. In February, the girls, along with other young girls, began accusing specific individuals of witchcraft, including Tituba. I love her name. An enslaved woman from Barbados who worked for Reverend Parris and Sarah Good and Sarah Osborne. She was the first one to be blamed, accused. What the is that word? First one to be. You know what? I'm not gonna worry about it. You know what I mean. And then after those accusations, the interrogations and arrest did begin. And on March 1st, they interrogated Tituba, Sarah Good, and Sarah Osborne, marking the first of the trials. Oh shit. And then after those trials happened, that escalation of accusations began. The accusations quickly spread and many more people were arrested for witchcraft. The trials and executions. The trials began in June of 1692, and several people were found guilty and executed by hanging. You know what I mean? Okay. And at the end of the trials, it ended in October of 1692, and Governor William Phipps ended the Special Warcraft Corps in Salem. It's about dang dong time. The aftermath, though. In the aftermath of the trials, many of the accusations were later seen as unfounded, and the victims were cleared. I could have told you from the beginning that shit was not normal, people. Alright? That's not, you don't just kill a bunch of people and say, oh, it's normal. Misconceptions of the Salem Witch Trials. So these are some really common misconceptions. The myth that witches were burned at the stake in Salem is not the case, and it is likely rooted in the common practice of burning accused witches in Europe during the European witch trials, rather than the actual events in Salem. So no, there was no witches in America that were burned at the stake, and definitely not during the Salem witch trials. Also, a big misconception is people think it was just women that were accused of witchcraft. That is false. There was also men that were accused of witchcraft. So, there's that. And by the end of the trials, in May of 1693, 19 people have been hung. Okay? 4 were killed, or 4 passed away in prison, and 1 was stoned. Okay? And we're going to go over that right now. Let me scroll down. I wrote this stuff down early because I'm not going to remember it. We go through this every time. I'm surprised I'm staying on course as much this time. Compared to last time, you guys have to be proud of me. Okay? You have to be proud of me. So, the people that were hung was Bridget Bishop. She was hung on June 10th. And on on July 19th, good note, Rebecca Nurse, Sarah Good, Savannah Martin, Elizabeth Howe, and Sarah Wild were hung. Okay, we're gonna hopefully not get demonetized. On August 19th, George Burroughs, Martha Carrier, John Willard, George Jacobs, and John Proctor. We all know John Proctor. He's one of the famous ghosts at one of these locations too. And they were on August 19th. Yes, he is a famous ghost. My ghosts know he's a famous ghost. Because my ghosts, I feel like they know everything. They know too much. And the last remaining people that were hung was on September 22nd, and that was Martha Corey, Mary Esty, and Pudator. Ann Pudator. I don't know how to say her last name. Sorry, honey. I'm sorry, I know your past. God rest your soul, but I am going to call you Ann Potator. Alright, and Alice Parker. All of them were hung. And then Giles Corey was the only one to be crushed to death after refusing to plead guilty. And he was 81 years old. 81! I'm sorry. That's wild. These are a couple of theories on the cause. The most common one is rye bread. In 1976, Dr. Linda Corpel found evidence that supported that these people could have been eating moldy bread, and it literally drove them crazy. You can look more into that, but I believe that theory because we're weird, brother, okay? And then another big theory was mass hysteria, social and political tension, so on and so forth. So there's a couple of theories out there, but I believe it's the rye bread. That's my opinion. So there is a couple of serious hotspot locations in Salem, Massachusetts. Did I say it right? We're good. The first one being the Witch's House. It's actually the last remaining building that was used during the Salem Witch Trials that still exists today. There's also the Proctor's Ledge, which is the site of the burial executions during the Salem Witch Trials. You can find the, hey mailman, you can find the, sorry about that, ADHD, brother, I can't help it. But you can find the spirits there as well. You can go investigate it, okay? You might talk to John Proctor, you might talk to Bridget Bishop. We don't know, all right? And then there's also the Hawthorne Hotel, the Salem Inn, so on and so forth, the Old Salem lot, the jail lot. So there's a lot of places you can visit. Okay, so I took my glasses off. I can't actually see any of you guys anymore. I'm so sorry. Why is there so much traffic in my neighborhood right now? Bitches, what? I never have traffic in my neighborhood because it's literally the smallest, most useless little neighborhood ever. It's not useless. I love it. I have like 8 neighbors. That's all I have. Why is there traffic coming through here? I don't get it. Did that EMF reader ever go off? I know the REM pod did, but did the EMF reader go off? I don't know. I wasn't really paying attention, which is super usual for me, so. But I would love to know if any of you guys would go to Salem, Massachusetts. Would any of you go to Salem, Massachusetts? I would. I want to go really bad. I heard they have the most popular ice cream place in the world there. Don't know how accurate that is, but I love ice cream, so yeah. I also really want to go to the graveyards there because they do have a lot of the above ground tombstones, which I love, okay? There's a lot of things I want to go do down there. I want to see a psychic medium. I want her to tell me all the things that I didn't tell anybody. I want her to embarrass me. I want her to bring up my deepest, darkest secrets. Okay, or him. It doesn't matter if it's a man or a woman. You just have to be a real psychic medium. And I heard Salem has some of the best ones there. So I want to go. Have you guys been? I don't know. Tell me your experience. And then drop some ice cream places. Okay, please. What's your theories, by the way, on the Salem Witch Trials? Do you believe it was bred, like I do? Do you believe it was mass hysteria? Do you believe it was political tensions? What do you think happened that may have been the root of the evil that took place in Salem, Massachusetts? So sorry. If you're from Massachusetts, I wish I was being funny. I do not know how to say that at all. I really genuinely have no idea. Like, Massachusetts just automatically comes out of my mouth when I read your state. I'm sorry. Anyways, it is my time to depart. I will see you guys on the next one, and don't forget, I do have a new podcast out on Spotify called the Ghostly Glades Podcast. And yeah, so go listen to the podcast. It's brand spanking new. So there's like 2 episodes. They're telling you to go. Run. Go to that Spotify, girl. And if you haven't already, I am on TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook, all at Haunted FL. So make sure you go follow me on the other social medias so you can stay up to date on all of my shenanigans. All right. And yeah, again, don't forget to subscribe. Be my friend. I need friends. I need all the friends I can have. I have no friends in real life. It's pretty sad. I'll see you on the next one. Peace.